We'll be friends forever, won't we, Pooh? Asked Piglet. Even longer, Pooh answered. If ever there is a tomorrow when we're not together, there is something you must always remember. You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. But the most important thing is, even if we're apart, I'll always be with you.
Today we are here to celebrate the marriage of my beautiful daughter Katie to Euan Colley. This is a key milestone in not just their lives, but in our lives too. As the saying goes, we might be losing a daughter, but gaining a son. But I'm not sure that's such a great swap. And hasn't Euan scrubbed up well? Although I do think he could have cut his hair a bit shorter. Don't you think, Alex? It could have been a bit shorter? Yeah, probably yes. We have the gorgeous and clever Katie in exchange for a St Johnstone fan who likes to look like a surfer dude. It's Katie's choice, really. It's not much to do about that. When Katie first brought boyfriends home to meet the parents, I would normally ignore them, assuming she would move on to someone else. Isn't that what most dads do? Then when Euan was first introduced, it was a good 2 weeks, maybe even 2 years before we started to talk. And what did we talk about? Football, of course. He had done his homework on all the Celtic players, so he could have a meaningful conversation with me. Right. Well done to Euan for putting that effort in. That's really very admirable. To my daughter Katie, I want to say how immensely proud I am of the beautiful young woman you have become. Your intelligence, determination, and hard work has made you a doctor, dedicated to give the best care possible to those most in need. You grew into a delightful girl who loved her books, dressing up as a Disney princess, and you're still doing that to this very day. I'm very proud of your dedication and determination to achieve your goals. And somehow, you also found the time to find the love of your life, Euan.
See the world, the magic of the golden glow. Paint the sky till the sun sets in the sea below. Don't let it slip, don't let it fade away.
Love is a temporary madness. It erupts like volcanoes and then subsides. And when it subsides, you have to make a decision. You have to work out whether your roots have so entwined together that it is inconceivable that you should ever part. Because this is what love is. Love is not breathlessness. It is not excitement. It is not the promulgation of eternal passion. That is just being in love, which any fool can do. Love itself is what is left over when being in love has burned away. And this is both an art and a fortunate accident. Those that truly love have roots that grow towards each other underground. And when all the pretty blossom have fallen from their branches, they find that they are one tree and not two.
We've spoken about weddings, we've heard about love and being together, so it's time to speak about Katie and Euan themselves. And just so we've got some context, as it seems that we're looking back on it, the first thing they told me about themselves is that they feel like it was just meant to be. They reckon it's always been easy. That was the very first night they met. They spoke for hours and it felt like they'd known each other for years. The venue was a party at university. June 2016, Euan thought Katie looked great, of course. And for some reason, Katie thought Euan looked good too, even with the whole knees poking through the jeans thing. Christina, another of our honoured bridesmaids and our lovely matchmaker, figured out that they liked the look of each other and cheerfully manipulated them into sitting with one another and chatting, and have been pretty inseparable ever since.
From the moment that we met, I knew that you were special. We clicked from the very get-go, and our relationship and life together began. Our adventures have taken us to Germany, Croatia, France, New Zealand, Ibrox, and eventually to Edinburgh. To Edinburgh, where I planned to propose. But the best laid plans of mice and men often go awry. After a lovely evening and weekend away, I had plans to drop to one knee in a quiet spot overlooking the Princess Gardens in Edinburgh. But like a moth to a giant yellow M-shaped flame, Katie was drawn to the antagonist of this story, a McDonald's.
Your heart is a match soaked in kerosene. If it lights up, it'll haunt me.
Anyone who knows Katie knows just how hard she works, her empathy, her courage, her intellect and care. You genuinely change lives with what you do, and any patient is lucky to have you as their daughter, and any friend is lucky to have you as their friend. It's not just a professional attitude, you treat everyone with kindness and care, and every day is brighter for having you a part of it. Since I met you, you've been the best part of my life. If I loved you less, I might be able to talk about it more.
Caitlin, I love you.
Caitlin, I love you.
And I offer this ring and myself
And I offer this ring and myself.
as I am
As I am.
and as I will be
As I will be.
for all of our lives together.
For all of our lives together.
Some piece of
I, Caitlin,
I, Caitlin,
to you, Euan, in marriage.
accept you, Euan, in marriage.
And now he would place the ring on his finger and say, Euan, I love you.
Euan, I love you.
I offer this ring
I offer this ring
and myself
and myself
as I am
as I am
and as I will be
and as I will be
for all of our lives together.
for all of our lives together.
So following the declarations that you have made before me, I'm delighted to declare that you, Euan, and you, Caitlin, are now married and are husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
By my calculations, as of today, me and Euan have shared 11,799 days on this planet together. So I have some authority to speak on him, but in spite of this, I've got a degree of imposter syndrome standing up here today. In the early years, if I think of Euan in the early years, I think of an incredibly gentle and easygoing soul. But I also think of a certain, how do I put this politely, Lucy? Absence. If our mother is to be believed, she once found Euan playing by himself in a bathroom for several hours with nothing but a rubber band. Our grandmother on my father's side, one of the most loving, compassionate people I've ever known, once took me to the side and said, "When Euan was younger, I thought he was a bit simple." Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've marked out for you the first conflict of tonight's characterization of my brother. Absent, but gifted. allow me to present a second, that against all assurances from my father and mother that Euan is our biological brother, he's quite obviously a German man. So thus far, I've presented to you two conflicts in tonight's characterization, of the intellectual and the genetic kind. Let me select now a salient third. But the same Euan, who used to make little paper swords for his teddies, now sits in front of you next to his kind, beautiful, compassionate wife, Katie. And I won't speak further on you, Katie, because I love you and you're great, but there's others that can speak better on that one. Katie, I wouldn't say it's fair to say that Katie transformed Euan, but she's improved him. She's matured him. She's made him happier. She's made him whole. Euan's love for Katie, from the very beginning, radiated from him, and the same was Katie's love for Euan. It was very, very obvious to all of us. In all of the years I've known Euan has never been outwardly negative. I've never heard him pass judgment on others. I've never heard him, despite his incredible talents, be arrogant, egotistical, dismissive of others. And crucially, I've never ever seen him abandon his principles, even when it would have been far easier to do so. We therefore find ourselves celebrating a union that feels as though it should always have been and always will be, and a love that has the power to bring family and friends together. I would ask then that you join me in raising a glass to send them off with our love into their married lives.